Good evening, everyone, and welcome to My Dad, My Superstar. And here's a big game coming between CNMS and SVKM'S versus OIS Tigers. Now the field is set. I think it's already a lot of players who've been looking forward for this tournament. My Dad, My Superstar Season 2 2020 is here, and we have Viraj and Aziz at the striker's end where they've taken the charge of the crease, and both these batsmen now will open, where Viraj will have the strike and Aziz will be at the non-strike. To start off the proceedings at the bowling end, it will be Nitesh. The very first ball outside the off stump, it could have been a chance of a catch, gone down, and that will be a boundary to start off with. So good start for CNMS with that boundary. And it's good to see that the ball is taking that early swing. If you see in the replay, the ball was taking a good, nice outswing. Here it is. Look at that. Nice seam angle. And a very good outswing, but nicely cut away by Viraj. Directly starting his innings on an attack mode, on an aggressive mode. And that is what you look at when you're talking about T20 cricket especially. The look at that. Again, a good outswinger straight to the keeper this time. There you can see Ajit Virvani as well standing at the first slip. And this is what batsmen do. They take early advantage, especially when in a 20 over format. It is now shortened down because T20 has been quite a known format now in cricket. Again, this time he's trying to bowl a very safe line and length, which is outside the off stump, but this time the ball moving way outside the off stump, and that will be called wide, and an extra will be noted by the scorers as well. 5 runs on the scoreboard without any wicket. Obviously it's a good start, 5 runs on very first 2 balls. But then again, as we were talking about the 2020 format, there are only 120 legitimate deliveries to come at you, and in that 120 legitimate deliveries, how maximum you can score. Ideally a score of 170, 180 looks like a very decent score, which is a good defending target as well. Another extra here. So Nitesh, trying to get his line and length at the right pace is purely because when he's just bowling outside the off stump, or probably he's keeping the line onto the middle stump, moving away towards the off stump, that would be an ideal line that he would be looking at right now. But a couple of deliveries that is bowled way outside the off stump, and as I told you that it's a good breezy atmosphere here, so the ball is taking a little bit of swing here again. This is the line that he was looking up for. He was very much looking at this line. A good medium pacer to start off the bowling for OIS Tigers. Again, OIS Tigers, one of the very renowned team when it comes to that tournament. They're playing with CNMS, another good team. As of now, it looks like a good start. 6 runs on the scoreboard. Just the first over. And that is a good forward defense here. Straight to Sharat. Sharat Kelkar. Again, a very big name in the Marathi film industry and, of course, the Bollywood industry as well. Is out here to play for his daughter. And this is what we say, out of your busy schedule, eventually when you have the passion for the game, passion for cricket, it really doesn't matter. You need a stress buster, and to get that stress buster, cricket is the perfect platform. And Sharad being there, present in the field today. 8.96 is the run rate to start off with. Well, in just the first over, they're breathing well, they're doing well at this moment. 6 runs already. Nitesh has come back into his good line and length, and he's doing good. This time a very good delivery, again pitched it up straight to the mid-on fielder. Will only get a single here. Nice bed of grass laid around here at the Somaya cricket ground. A very beautiful venue to play, under light especially. That's another challenge. especially when you're playing under lights. Visibility of the ball, the way it is coming onto you, sometimes that also is challenging. But I think all these players have played so much of cricket, they're very much experienced, they know their game, they're very professional. Look at that change of pace again doing the work here, and the outswing continues straight to the keeper, almost trying to get that outside edge of Viraj, but this time Viraj was lucky. Straight to the keeper, no harm at the moment. 7 runs on the scoreboard, and here's that replay, the last ball especially. He was wanting Aziz to come on the front foot, go for the drive, but lack of footwork here. If you see, not much of footwork. Probably if you would have come on the back foot and tried to cut that one, could have been a possible one, but lack of footwork, I think that was missing here. And now you see Sharad coming at the bowling's end. So it will be interesting to watch Sharad, how does he start his bowling. Bit of a changes into the fielding as well. He's trying to increase that protection on the offside. And I think that is the right thing to do, especially when you are going to bowl outside the off stump, or probably a couple of over-pitch deliveries that you have in your mind, or maybe short ones. So looking at Viraj, who was blasting on the offside, he's increasing that protection here. Here he gets a good bounce and a good in-swinger as well, surprising the batsman though, and that will be a couple of runs added right away. I think Viraj is playing very aggressively here, and that's a good part to see, especially when you want to give a flying start to the team. CNMS and SVKM'S, they're doing a good job here. Started off pretty well, just the second over, and look at that projected score looking at 163. But I think the way they have started, and especially we will have to see the first 5 overs and then probably how the game progresses. But 163 is not a bad total, but I think if they have got a good start, especially given by both these batsmen, and maximum batting, if we've seen Viraj has taken the role. But I would be, they would be looking at somewhere around 170, 180, which will be a good defending target. Look at that, one more good in-swinger. This time the bounce is good, and he's making good use of the crease as well. Sharad, especially when he's releasing the delivery. Sometimes you've seen that he's going very closer to the stumps at the non-strikers end. Sometimes he's going wider when he's about to bowl. So that also helps in getting that in-swinger, especially that release. Good seam angle. This time he went for outswinger, outside the off stump, way outside the off stump, I must say. And that will be a wide. Bit of a smile there from Sharad as well. Didn't expect the delivery to go that wider, but he's doing good. Just a couple of deliveries in this over that he's started bowling with. But I think slowly and steadily all players get used to the conditions, the pitch conditions especially. And that is a good shot straight down the ground, and there is no chance for the mid-on fielder. He can only be a spectator on that one, and that is a beautiful strike. It was a shorter delivery. Step down the crease, and a lovely stroke here for a boundary. So 2 boundaries already for Viraj here. Here's the replay. As soon as he saw Sharad with that delivery, the release, and especially I thought it was very much decided that he's going to go for that ball. Wanted to go for the attack. He wanted to be aggressive, and that's what he's doing in the center. That is a good comeback. That is a very good comeback. And this time, surprising to see how the wicket is behaving. If you saw the last delivery, that kept a little lower, surprising the batsman, because earlier 2 deliveries that we've seen, he was getting a good bounce, and suddenly when the ball kept low on the off stump, it also surprised the batsman a little bit. But good footwork here, good one to get away with that. That is a very good delivery. That is a good swing that he's getting. Especially the way he's releasing. He's not focusing on the pace, but he's focusing on the line and length. Especially when you're bowling just the second over, you know that batsman is going to charge onto that. But at the same time, you have to also be in very much in sync with what is the line and length that you're going to bowl to the batsman, and that's what makes the game more interesting. Well, the projected score, as you see every time in the screen, is going to go up as soon as a boundary comes. It will go down as soon as a dot ball comes. So that is something that is going to continuously happen. But I think the first 10 overs set the tone in a T20 match, and then the 10 overs probably sets how the finish is going to be. That is not a great delivery. That is not at all a great delivery by Sharad. It was pitched way outside the leg stump, and that was not even in the reach of the keeper where he could collect that one. That will be a boundary as well. So good welcome runs coming early in the innings for CNMS and SVKM'S. Look at that. I think he lost the control on that one. Surely he lost the control. He was trying to bowl more on the leg stump, I guess, and trying to take that advantage of the good bounce that he's getting. But that will be a wide +4. Look at that. Once again, he's trying to bowl that on the leg stump. Another extra. It's a good start. There are extras coming. There are boundaries coming at the regular intervals. So it's good going for both the batsmen, and major of the strike, as you see, it's been with Viraj. And he's doing well. He's doing well. He's connecting that ball. He's making sure his shots are pretty selective. And that is also important. The selection of your shot bases the merits of the ball that is getting bowled at you. Look at that. Once again surprising the batsman with that low bounce. Sharad, the end of not a great over by him, but a good start by CNMS and SVKM'S. 20 on the board, 10 runs per over. And it's the end of 2 overs as well. So first 5 overs are going to be interesting. Now the bowling spell continues on the other end. Nitesh coming. So here we are back live and 20 on the scoreboard, playing on the average of 10 runs per over. Nitesh comes back to the attack. Good swinging delivery. Straight to Ajit this time. He's a good fielder in the outfield. Standing at the shot covers. But no run taken there. Probably if it would have been an early start where these two batsmen would have planned to steal a cheeky single, that would have happened, but Virat says no. And it's a good sensible call also. He's doing good in the center. He's striking the ball middle of the bat. So probably you don't want to take a risk with that run as well. Running very fast. So probably he wants to stick to boundaries as well at the moment. He's connecting the ball really well right from ball number 1. That is again nicely connected, but straight to the mid-off fielder. So I think this is a good start by Nitesh as well. He's ensuring a line and length which is outside the off stump, and a couple of deliveries in the early over that we saw. He was pitching that on the middle stump as well, where Sharad was trying to go more on the legs. So these are the variations that these two bowlers are doing. Again trying to step down the ground. They will get some runs here for sure. The field is very fast. The outfield is very fast, but there will be a fielder who will cut that off. Another couple of runs added to the total. Aziz has been waiting for his chance actually, but as we see, major of the strike that has been taken is been taken by Viraj. Aziz Pirani, the batsman who is there at the non-striker's end. Here's a big game going on. CNMS and SVKM'S versus OIS Tigers. Look at the current run rate again dipping down a little bit. Earlier we saw after the end of 2 overs it was 10 runs per over. Now it is 9.20. So as I said, these fluctuations are going to happen. Nicely played again. Trying to find the gap. And it's just the 3rd over. where we are seeing all this live action coming out live from Somaya cricket ground here at Evrad Nagar. And again, welcome to Sportonics and welcome to My Dad My Superstar, where we are live here. The live action, as you can see, OIS Tigers versus CNMS SVKM'S. That is a good one on the onside. He will surely find a gap and fast outfield. But it's a good stop by the fielder. Surely saved a couple of important runs for his team. And that is pretty much an impressive one as well, where he was not getting those runs on the offside. This time he decided to go on the leg side. So he's making use of the ground as well. And also playing to the merits of the ball, which is again a sign of a very good class player. He's come out to bat as an opener batsman. So his responsibility is to give his team a flying start, and I think he's been aggressive right from ball one, which is a good part to see. 25 runs on the scoreboard, no wicket lost. Again a good swing, but an over-pitch delivery straight to the mid-off fielder. He does it well. And that will be the end of another over. By the end of 3 overs, it is 26 for no loss. So here we are back live and Anuj, another fantastic player of OIS Tigers, and the bowling spell will continue with Sharad as well, bringing in the second over. So in the commentary box I also have Swapnil with me. Swapnil, welcome to My Dad My Superstar, and it's a good big match going on. Very good ball by Sharad as well. So I think CNMS SVKM'S have started off pretty well. They're striking the ball middle of the bat, and good to see Viraj in such a good form. It's all going good for CNMS and SVKM'S at the moment.
Yeah, actually we see he's timing the ball pretty well. He's not afraid of going down the pitch. In spite of the very late swing that he's getting, the bowlers are not able to break through the lineup. Now we see Sharad once again from the far end. He's okay. He's getting that ball to, he's getting the odd bounce of the pitch, but yet he's not successful to break the opening stand, which is now 26 in just 3.1 overs. The pitch is behaving unusual. Sharad is getting the odd bounce, and Nilesh on the other side, Nitesh on the other side, he's getting that swing, leaving the batsman stranded. But still, Viraj is striking the ball very well. Now he's left it alone, because every delivery needs to be judged on its merit. We don't need to go after each and every delivery. He knows that he's got 26 runs on the board for his team. CNMS and SVKM'S have a good start, and losing wickets would hamper the start. And Aziz on the other end is just waiting. He's played only a couple of deliveries for his 1 run. And wherein Viraj is batting on 16, very nicely timing the ball. Now once again it's Sharad, and he is brilliant with his timing. He's played on the onside for a run. Now we'll see what Aziz does.
Well, I think rightly you said that he was going on the onside, because I think these are the chances that you have to take. But at the moment, Sharad, I think he's got back with his line and length. The last couple of deliveries especially, I think he's doing well here. But it's just the start of a T20. Anything and everything can happen in cricket. Well, surely they haven't been able to get up a wicket here. But for sure they would be at least looking at a breakthrough very soon from here on.
What Sharad is trying to do is he's getting that ball to dip in, and he's bowling to the body. Now see, as you see, he's bowling that middle and leg stump line, and sometimes he misses it and it goes out wide. And now he's just conceded a run on his ball now. So this over, he's curtailed only a couple of runs given in the 5 balls because his first over went for 13 runs. And now Sharad rightly said by you that he is now getting back into the rhythm. He's getting that ball, that odd ball to bounce, and he's creating some problems. He's asking questions to batsman DOTL. Now, that was a good try. Just hit down to the mid-off fielder, cut down for a 1, and the single concludes the 4th over. And the CNMS and SVKM'S are 29 for no loss at the 4 overs.
So here we are back live action. CNMS and SVKM'S are having a good time here, especially both the opening pair. Well, I also have Sagar with me in the commentary box, and Sagar, you've been doing a lot of matches in the past few days. Your observations and the way this match has started.
First of all, thank you, sir. And certainly, this team's both playing with an intentionally that they need to go for this game. Again, that was a blight overpitch delivery played beautifully towards the mid-on region, and that's the first maximum of this match. Beautifully timed by Aziz Pirani. One more aggressive batsman in the middle for team strikers. And that was such a beautiful shot right from the blade of the bat from Aziz. Surely, as we can see in the replay, it was an overpitch delivery, making in the slot and hammered away towards the mid-on region. And the fielder was a spectator. Once again, it was a Yorker delivery played at the right time, and certainly a good call from both the batsmen. So certainly the last match played between both these teams, that was a low scoring encounter around 140-145, but certainly it was a team Tigers that defended the score of 144, and now certainly the strikers will be thinking to score above 140 to 150, because this is the pitch where they get an uneven bounce, and sometimes it may spin on and off the leg stump. But it's nevertheless a good piece of a game from both the teams. This time rolling the wrist, it was beautifully bowled by Nitesh. This is the 3rd over of his spell, conceding away 21 runs, but then it has been Nitesh in a good piece of a bowling. The current run rate is around 7.92, but then it will be around 8 to 9 runs per over. After 10 overs, it will be an easy saying, but then this is again, as we say, you miss, I had. That's the first wicket for Team Tigers.
Well, not just a first wicket, but a very important one, because Viraj was playing fantastic. He was timing the ball really hard, middle of the bat, and he's given surely a good start to the team, and the start that was expected as an opening batsman. But what a ball from Nitesh. Again, the bounce, Sagar and Swapnil, the bounce, the way it is, the behavior of the pitch. Sometimes you see that there's an uneven bounce, and sometimes you see the ball is keeping very low. So here's an important breakthrough for OIS Tigers, and the one that was very much needed. 37 runs on the scoreboard, and it's just the 5th over. More 2 to go on this one. The breakthrough that they were looking desperately is here. The first wicket going down for CNMS and SVKM'S. Viraj and Aziz, finally the opening pair has been broken down, and Viraj is back.
So Nitesh has his tail up now that he's got a wicket of the opener. Oh, and again that swing, that late swing, helping him get that wicket also. It was a great delivery on what he got a wicket. So now Nitesh, although he's conceded 7 and over from his 3 overs that he's bowled out of 5 for his team, he's conceded 21, but he's got that important wicket of the opener. Viraj, who was scoring very nicely. So CNMS and SVKM'S are on 37 for 1 after 5 overs. They're up against OIS Tigers. Now we see a bowling change coming up. We'll bowl the next over. So it's 5 runs. The pitch, as we have seen in the first 5 overs, it is behaving unusual. Odd ball, staying low. Some patches where you get the ball to bounce. And of course, this time of the day, the ball is swinging a lot, causing a few problems for the batsman. And now we see the bowler Ajit Virvani. He's the captain of the side, and we'll see if he leads the team by example. And need to get in CNMS and SVKM's team, and it would be too early to project a score. It's only 5 overs of the first innings. Setting up the field, the current run rate of 7.4, and although the projected score currently is 148, but still CNMS and SVKM's would try to get as close as 175, 180 to be on the safer side. To continue, it would be Ajit Virvani. The wicketkeeper making some changes in the field, and a medium pace, a slow. Oh, and he is off to a moderate start, bowling a very ordinary delivery outside the off stump and conceding a run to Aziz Pirani, who played that ball very elegantly to the long off region. Now once again, Ajit ready with the delivery. It's a simple action, high arm action, and to the gully region, conceding a run, a late cut. In order to curtail the batsmen, they have to get a few wickets now. It's 5.2 overs and 39 runs on the board. The loss of 1 wickets are the CNMS and SVKM's. Ajit continuing the bowling. Oh, and the batsman has missed the ball. Very close of getting an outside edge. Naveen, the wicket keeper, did very well, not to collect but stop the extra run. This is the type of bowling that they consistently need to do in order to get the run rate down of the batting side. And the defense, judging the deliveries, not playing insensibly. He knows that there would be a bad delivery in the over where he can score. He's not gone after Ajit from the word go. It's 4 deliveries and he's only considered a couple of runs. Those were the 2 singles that he considered in the first 2 balls. And once again and once again there's a miss. Once again he tried to play that pull but did not connect at all. So Aziz is getting a little furtive, a little bit inconsistency, as we say. We see the replay. He misjudged the length and he was very close of getting bowled. That odd bounce of the pitch saved Aziz of the last delivery. So this over, just calming the things around, calming and getting down the things for the OIS Tigers. This kind of over what they need, and once again he's played it to the cover region just for a single. And after end of the 6th over, CNMS and SVKM'S are 40 for a loss of 1 wicket. Back live, as we saw, the last over was a very quiet one. Ajit just slipped that 6 deliveries with just 3 runs, and once again Siddharth to bowl a fresh over. They're not letting any bowler settle down, although not a boundary, but they are making a point to get run off every delivery, because it's just 20 overs, legitimate 120 deliveries if you don't consider any extra deliveries in that. And in those 120 deliveries, you have to make an effort to get the maximum runs on the board. A good score on this pitch would be around 175, 180. 9 wickets in hand in the already in the 7th over. 41, the loss of 1 wicket. Scoring just about 6.5. Once again sensibly played to the cover regions. A misfield from Sharad, helping the batsman get through for a single only. So Aziz Pirani and Nitin on the crease and Siddharth to bowl. This time of the day, as I repeat, once again, the swing helping the bowlers, and that is what Nitesh did. He was consistent with the line and length, and he got the important wicket of Viraj. Was batting very, very brilliantly. And once again, it is Siddharth with a very good Yorker, but still can't curtail the batsman from getting a single. Aziz, who has opened the inning for CNMS and SVKM'S, is batting on 13 of 12 deliveries. And it's Nitin who has come after the fall of Viraj's wicket. He's batting on 2 runs of 3 deliveries that he's bowled. And Siddharth continuing with from the far end. He's a very good swinging delivery. cut down on pace. Once again, a single considered after Nitin played it through the covers. Now the change bowlers are getting the run rate down. This is going to help the team cause. OIS Tigers, the bowlers conceded more than 10 runs in the first couple of overs in the start of the innings, but now he is lifted at ball and he's hit it with confidence, but straight, and he's dropped it. It was in the air for a lot of time, but he has dropped the catch, and they thought of taking a run of from the misfield as well. But as they say, never take a chance of the misfield. Now here we see in the replay, it was a very good delivery, and it got a little bit of swing. It was in the air, it was mishit. The timing was never perfect, but then it was high and straight in and popped out. Once again, he's hammered it down the wicket straight to the long off fielder for a single. That would have been a perfect catch had he taken it. 7 overs, 47 for 1.
So yes, welcome back to the live action, and in the action for bowling is Siddhartha. Bowling his second over, the very first ball that was being played towards the point region, and the score is moving with the help of the single to 48. The first wicket has fallen, but then both the batsmen in the middle, they need to settle in the middle, and the projected score will be around 135 to 140. This is the second season of My Dad, My Superstar, and it's a match between strikers versus Tigers. This time going uppishly, played softly towards the offside region, not for any runs. So certainly, after the bowling of Ajit, this has been the second over in which he has kept the batsman silent. Sometimes he bowls like a off spinner, but then there are some trajectory bounds for the bowlers in this pitch. This time again played uppishly, and that certainly helped team strikers. The ball racing towards the boundary line, and yes, it will be a handful of 4 runs for team strikers. Certainly a welcome boundary for team CNMS strikers, and the score moving on with the help of this 4 to 52. So it's 50 up for team strikers in the 8th over. As we can see, yes, that was a wide-ish delivery and beautifully played by Nitin using the pace of the ball, and certainly the ball crossing the fence for the boundary. Current run rate going at the rate of 6.93, and they need to score some runs in the middle. This time again getting an edge towards the gully region, but certainly a good call from both the batsmen. It was a cheeky single taken by both the batsmen, and certainly now it will be a need for a wicket for team Tigers, and certainly both the batsmen Aziz and Nitin in the middle going for some serious partnership. This time it was a tossed up delivery, but then had it been a direct hit, that could have been another wicket. But certainly the batsmen going for the runs in the overthrow. This will help the cause for them, and the score moving on to 55. The first wicket has fallen, and certainly a beautiful initiative by Sportonics. One team, one dream. This is the second season of My Dad, My Superstar. At this beautiful venue of Somaya Cricket Ground. Once again, that was a tossed up delivery. A foolish defense, a dot to over. It's 8 overs completed, 55 for the loss of 1 wicket. Team Strikers. So here we go. This is the 9th over for Team Tigers, and we are live on YouTube. You can catch us live on Facebook and Instagram on Sportonics India, and you can subscribe on the YouTube channel Sportonics Global Network. The very first ball, that was a full toss delivery, played beautifully, but certainly a good piece of a fielding at the fence by the fielder. Certainly that would have been a boundary, but then a good cut off by the fielder, running around 15 to 20 yards and keeping the batsman for the couple of runs. It's Siddharth back in attack for Team Tigers. Certainly a downfall in the current run rate ratio. Once again played up Ishley, the ball is in the air, and once again the batsman crossover for the runs. There was an elevation, certainly getting an outside edge at the thickest outside edge of the bat. As we can see in the replay, that was an overpitch delivery, going for the shot, getting an thickest outside edge. The ball travelled all the way, and certainly dropping at the region of point region. This won't help Team Tigers to get the wicket, but once again a good comeback by Siddharth. A bit swing for the bowler there, and the score moving on for Team Strikers to 58. The current run rate coming down to 6.82. At the beginning of the innings we saw around 10 to 15 runs scoring, but then the good comeback by the bowlers of Team OIS Tigers. This time dancing down the track, missing it completely. A good comeback by the bowler. He kept the ball low, saw the batsman coming in, and a variation in the bowling from Siddharth. Certainly that was a good ball. But then it will be the need of a wicket for Team Tigers to come back in this match. Once again, not getting the elevation. They are going for the couple of runs. A good running between the wickets by both the batsmen. The score moving on to 60. Would like to thank our the official media partners, the Team 7070, our food and beverages partner Shiv Sagar, and would like to thank our partners, the Jean-Claude Oliver, Regal, Brillo, Trip XOXO. Once again going for the little scoop. That's been played away. The ball is racing towards the fine leg, and it will be a boundary for Team Strikers. So much more needed boundary for Team Strikers at the right moment. Yes, it was a bit of a overpitch delivery, but then a good strike by Aziz using the full-fledged pace of the ball, and the ball racing down the fine leg boundary for yet another 4 in this innings. The score is 64. 9 overs have been completed.
So there was a boundary of the last ball of the last over. So 9 overs bowled so far. 64 for the loss of 1 wicket. Aziz Pirani batting on 26 of 21 deliveries. And Nitin batting on 10 of 9. So it's Ajit to continue from the far end. And straight away the batsman playing it to the covers region for a single. Nitin, who is by the side of Aziz Pirani, he's batting very well. Calm and composed. One has to stay a little calm while the other batsman takes care of the big hits. So Ajit in his third over, he's considered 12 runs. He has bowled very economically, not afraid of flighting the ball, and straight down the ground has played Aziz, and it's cut down for a couple of runs. The running between the wickets has been very, very good. Although Ajit has bowled the stump line, but still hasn't been able to curtail down the runs. And nor has he been successful by taking the wickets. It's one more flighted delivery, has elegantly played to the gully region, but still a run been taken, a very cheeky single. Ajit Virwani, who's captain of the OIS Tigers, and halfway down the first inning, it's 9.3 overs and 68 runs on the board for the loss of Viraj's wicket. His third over is Ajit, considering the fact that he has been flighting the deliveries, not afraid of getting those big hits. He knows that even a small misjudgment can gain him a wicket. The projected score now is 146, but the team would, and once again he is played to the gully, straight into the hands, no runs conceded. It's Nitin who has come after the fall of Viraj's wicket, is on 11 on run a ball, and slowly but steadily Ajit getting things right for the Tigers, and drifting down the leg side, he swept the ball pretty well, and we'll see if it runs down to the fence or no. It is a boundary. He's made the fielder run right through the end, but the ball eventually wins, and it's a welcome boundary. A nice little sweep from Nitin. A just hint of the drift down the leg side, and Ajit pays the penalty for that. It's considered a boundary. What happens here is if the Tigers don't get a wicket in an over 2, the advantage of scoring high runs in the last 6-7 overs will be in the hands of CNMS and SVKM'S. Because halfway down the inning, they're 72 for 1 wicket, and is highly flighted the ball and is missed it completely, appealing for an outside edge. Maybe he thought that there might be a faint edge, but the umpire thinks otherwise. So it's 10 overs, 72 for the loss of 1 wicket. back live. CNMS and SVKM'S after completion of 10 overs. Batting first, 72 for the loss of 1 wicket. Aziz Pirani batting very well with 29 to his name of 23 deliveries, and Nitin has 15 runs of 13 deliveries that he's faced. And the new bowler being introduced into the attack, and we'll listen to Dipesh.
Well, thank you, Swapnil. It's a good 10 overs journey that CNMS SVKM'S have had. 72 runs on the scoreboard already. What they would be looking at, putting up another good show of 100 runs, that would be an ideal and a very ambitious one for CNMS. But I think now OIS Tigers are very much back with their bowling, though not too many wickets have been taken. But I think they have restricted that flying start pretty well. And they've done good in the later 5 overs. But what is happening here? There's a misfield happening, there are overthrows happening, and some extra runs as well coming. Not a good performance here by OIS. Surely not the fielding and the throws that would be expected by the captain. Ajit looking out there, telling his men to slow down a bit. Let's play sensible, let's play good cricket. We've been doing good, and let's continue the streak, would be the advice by the captain himself. 75 for 1 here. Aziz, the way he's crafted his innings, 32 runs of just 24 balls that he's faced. This is a good one. Almost getting the edge on that one, straight to the keeper. But all good for CNMS. So Nitin is at the strikers end. Another good batsman, came down as a one-down batsman. Again, 15 runs that he's got, just 14 balls that he's faced. So I think it's a good sync batting that is going on between Aziz and Nitin. Eventually you have to also work as a team, also work as partners when you're there at the cricket on the cricket field. So both these batsmen doing a good job, and have taken a good responsibility, I think, after they lost that wicket of Viraj. That was a little early than expected because Viraj was playing really well. But after that, Aziz and Nitin has taken on the responsibility pretty nicely. They've taken that responsibility onto their shoulders, and they're not trying to hit any risky shots here. They're trying to hit as per the merit of the ball. They're trying to go safe. They're trying to go more on the front foot. And I think they're keeping the scorecard ticking. That is what is important. Almost on every ball. Oh, this is a miss. Wish there would have been a first slip. Then it would have been a little danger for the batsman there. Nitin. A thick outside edge. Straight to the first slip, but there was no first slip in place, and that's the reason. Easy single towards the third man region. Now more 10 overs to go, and 9 overs to go after this. What will be the final score? What will be the target set up for OIS Tigers? This one's trying to play across the line. Again the ball falling in no man's land. Ajit Virwani would not be really happy with that one, but it was a good chance in the end. But a chance missed. Varun, who is a bowler, who's also variating his line and length pretty well, especially the pace. And when you know that both these batsmen have settled down very nicely, it's time to do some variation, bowl some deceiving line and length to the batsman. He's doing that pretty well. Another easy single here. Not trying to hit too much hard on that one. Trying to only find the gap and take an easy single. As I said earlier also, that they're trying to keep the scorecard ticking. That is what is important. Every run is earned, and every run is very important. And it doesn't matter in cricket how runs come. Important is they come. And it's not also that in what fashion are those runs coming, because eventually you need to give a good finish as well. By the end of 11 overs, it's 80 for 1. So here we go back to the live action. 80 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. It's the 12th over that has started now. Aziz and Nitin doing a good job for their team. Good partnership, good healthy work from them. Picking up those important runs. Ajit comes back to the strike. And I think that will be the last over of his spell. Conceded 21 runs till now. Again, there's a dip in the projected score because earlier when the innings started, it was looking healthy at around 180, 190 plus. And this has been the strength of OIS Tigers. If not the start, they have bounced back in the second half. They have bounced back as the game has progressed. And they're bowling some economic spells here. Certainly the sixers and boundaries have dried up. We've not seen a big shot coming for quite some time now, and that would be a concern with CNMS as well. They would want to get some big shots here, especially a format of T20 where you need those big hits, those big shots coming right in the regular interval. The current run rate is good, but I think not good enough, especially if you see the batting lineup of OIS Tigers. There's some good batsmen, and when you're putting up a total against OIS Tigers, I think you need to at least score the maximum. This is a good one, played with the spin in the air, one bounce straight to the fielder. Bit of a misfield there, and that will allow the batsman to take the second one as well. Not even a great throw. 86 for 1, and now I think Aziz would be looking at those big shots. A 20 over format where you need some big strikes. Again, it's a big appeal, and that's been given out. A very good innings comes to an end by Aziz. He was just trying the ball to give that direction, not at all happy with that decision. Was playing really well. He was playing really well. 39 runs of 31 deliveries that he scored. And look at the action replay once again. But he was saying that it's a bad. That's what he thought. Because the bowler is coming in front where he's hitting, so can't say. And especially there is only one angle. 86 for 2 after the end of 12 overs.
So back live, CNMS and SVKM'S 86 for the loss of 2 wickets, and the second wicket to fall was of Aziz. He was batting very brilliantly, mid 39, and he was caught leg before. So a reward to a very tight line. Now Warren to continue in the second over now. Played very nicely and softly into the covers, into the mid-on region. So one more single helping the total go to 87 for the loss of 2 wicket in the 13th over now of the first innings. The projected run rate dipping and dipping more, 7.15, and the projected score also 143. They'll try to make most of it again up in the air, but safely landed in no man's land. A bit of juggling helping the cause of the batsmen. They're getting through and through. Not much to worry from the bowling end. It is 89 for 2. and a bit of worry actually for the bowling side, that is OIS Tigers, as they're not able to make that breakthrough happen. Only a couple of wickets again down the wicket, straight into the hands of the fielder by the Bisfield, allowing the batsman to come down for the second. And this has been a consistent problem for a while now. The misfields, overthrows, not helping the cause of the Tigers, known for their tight fielding always, but in today's match they are very otherwise. Varun to continue. He's conceded 13 runs in the second over now, and he's got a wicket off Chirag. What a delivery! And he's clean bowled. He's completely misread the line, trying to play against the run of play was Chirag, and he's completely lost control. He's out bowled only for 4 overs and 4 runs of 3 balls that he has played. What a breakthrough, what a delivery. As we can see in the replay, Varun, he has got the reward for a very tight spell. What an in-swinger, getting the off stump for a roll. Delighted are his teammates, OIS Tigers. Once again, an important breakthrough at the right moment. Wickets in hand would mean more and more runs of the last 5 or 6 overs, but now will there be a twist? The middle order been shattered. 3 wickets now for 91 runs, and we are in the 13th over, the first innings. They will try to get as many as 100 runs from now. Seems to be an impossible task, but still 7 wickets in hand. Try to go as close as 150, 160. We're talking about 180 odd runs at the start of the innings, where the run rate was around about 10 runs. But then we lost Viraj, and then in a short span of time we lost 2 wickets now. And CNMS and SVKM'S need to rebuild, but as it is a T20, you hardly get a chance to rebuild the inning. No time to set. You have to be after the bowler straight from ball number 1. 13th over, a couple of deliveries remaining, and Varun, change of ends as Jigar Shah, a left-handed batsman, comes to the crease, and a flighty delivery, slower in the air and straight to the fielder. Short mid-off been set, and no run conceded. 7 overs remain after this delivery. What maximum can CNMS and SVKM'S get? They need to set up a total that should be defendable. And Varun bowling to Jigar. Once again, a flighty delivery, slower in the air, and tried to get a run, but nice beat of the feet to stop the ball. 13 overs, 91 for the loss of 3 wickets.
So yes, welcome back to the live action. 13 overs have been completed and the score is 91. They have lost 3 wickets, but then it has been a good display of a bowling by the bowlers of Tigers. Nitish bowling 3 overs, taking away 1 wicket, conceding 21 runs at the economical run rate of 7 runs per over. Sharad bowling his 2 overs. He's been a bit expensive, going at the run rate of 8 runs per over. But then it's CNMS and SVKM'S strikers certainly being welcome to bat first. The score is 91 for the loss of 3 wickets in 13 overs. Nitin in Jigar in the middle. Nitin playing a sensible knock of 19, facing away 18 deliveries. But then there will be a sensible cricket between both the batsmen. 14 over will be bowled by Varun. This is the third over. He will be bowling, but then he's been a pick of the bowlers. 2 overs, 13 runs and a wicket to his name. They are going at the run rate of around 7 runs per over, and if they do so, certainly that could be a par score of around 140 to 50. The very first ball, that was a short pitch delivery, waiting on the back foot, that's been hammered away towards the covers region, and the ball crosses the fence. The very first ball has been sent it for a 4 by Nitin. Certainly saw that ball coming. It was a short pitch delivery, and waiting on the back foot was Nitin. Yes, we can see in the replay, he rolled his fingers over the ball, but then it was Nitin who saw it was coming and made his mind to play towards the covers region for a beautiful boundary to start the over. The score racing away to 95. 3 wickets have fallen. Siddharth conceding a first boundary in the over. Certainly some pressure on the bowler right from the word go. He would be thinking where to bowl and how to bowl, but then it will be Nitin and Jigar in the middle. They have to play some sensible cricket, punish the loose deliveries and go for some runs, rotating the strike. This time drifting down the pads, that's been softly played towards the leg sleep regions. And certainly there was a bit of a fumble in the middle, but the batsman Nitin safe at the non-striker's end. The score moving on to 96. So a good comeback by Siddharth after conceding away a boundary on the very first ball. They might be thinking to keep the batsmen calm and keep around 140-145 will be the projected score. This is the second season of My Dad My Superstar, brought to you by Sportonics, one team, one dream. And such a beautiful event here at the Somaya Cricket Ground in Mumbai, in the heart of the city. This time it's been played beautifully. The ball is in the air towards the long on region. Certainly not getting the elevation, but it was in the height. Certainly the batsman going over for the couple of runs. A good call from both the batsmen. The ball falling short of the fielder there. Didn't connected it, but the batsman crossing over for the good couple of runs. This time changing his end. He will go round the wicket to the left hand batsman. Certainly setting some field in the middle. Ajit Virwan is the captain. He's also been a good pick of the bowlers. But certainly it was day to day not getting a wicket. This time played upishly straight towards the fielder there. Just only a single to the total, moving the score to 99. And now again the field placement change is done. It's the right hand batsman combination, right hand left hand combination in the middle for team strikers, and that would certainly help them to score the runs. They would have to play sensible cricket in the middle. Certainly it doesn't happen that you have to punish every ball, but then you have to be sensible. The timing, the temperament and the technique, you need to make the game. This time it was a bit over pitch delivery, not able to connect it properly was Nitin. Dot ball 2 in the over. It's a 13.5 overs and the score remains on 99 for the loss of 3 wickets. So they are going at the run rate of 7.16. This time played up Ishley. And a single to end the over. It's 14 overs completed. A century. It's 100 for team strikers after 14 overs. 3 overs and 3 wickets have been lost. So this is the first innings of the match played between Strikers and Tigers. And the projected score, if they go at the run rate of 7.15 to 8 runs, it would be around 140, 150. But then the very first ball that was drifting on the pads. And it's been signaled as a leg byes. So in all, a good comeback by team Tigers. Certainly after the first 5 overs, it looked like the Strikers would score around 150 to 160. But then the bowlers have done a very well comeback in this game from team Tigers. And it's the captain leading from the front, Ajit Virwani. Certainly not giving away any room. And the batsmen, they went for some big shots in the middle. Certainly there were some catch being dropped, but then it's a game of cricket. Anything can happen. It's a game of uncertainties. This time again coming forward, going for a big strike, missing it completely. And just a good comeback by the Varun in this over. He's bowling his third over of this spell. He has conceded away 13 runs and a wicket to his name. 7.05 is the current run rate for team SVKM'S Strikers. Nitin playing on 25 of 23 deliveries and giving him the company is Jigar Shah. This time again round the wicket, going for a pull, missing it completely. Down the leg side, it will be called as a white ball. So extras to the offering for team Strikers. This is the first inning. A good initiative, My Dad, My Superstar, Season 2 by Team Sportonics, One Team, One Dream. Once again, a slower one by Varun. That's been picked away by the batsman. Beautifully played towards the fine leg. The ball is racing down and we'll have to wait. But certainly, due to the low outfield, the ball stopped there. And in the end, a good running by both the batsmen. It's 106 on the board. And that was a very well played by Jigar in the end, getting a handsome runs over there. The score moving on to 106 for the loss of 3 wickets. And certainly this is the kind of a pitch that helps the bowlers. Sometimes it's been uneven bounce, sometimes it has been a turning track, but this time again that's been beautifully played by Jigar. One more boundary to the over. It's a 4 for team Strikers. $110 on the board for team Strikers with the help of this boundary. So certainly that would help team Strikers, as we can see in the replay. That was a tossed up delivery and the batsman capitalizing and played beautifully towards the fine leg, and the ball moving towards the boundary line for one more boundary in the over, and the run rate climbing up to 7.31. This is the 15th over in progress. Once again going for the scoop shot, and that's been given out. It's a wicket for team Tigers. 110 for the loss of 4 wickets. Certainly going for a scoop there, missing it completely, and was given plumb LBW. The pitch, the ball of the pitch was on the off stump line, moving in for the left hand batsman, as we can see in the replay. Yes, he rolled his fingers on the ball, went for the scoop, and was given leg before by the umpire. A good comeback by Varun in the over after conceding for the 2 boundaries. A wicket to his name in this over, and one more scalp to the name of Varun. It's 110 for the loss of 4 wickets. A team CNMS and SVKM'S strikers. 14.5 overs have been bowled, and certainly Varun making a good comeback in the over. But then the score is 110, and they are going at the run rate of 7.42. And if they do so, it will be a game for team strikers. 150 to 60 would be the target they would be thinking of. But then it will be Tigers. They need to bowl perfectly. They need to bowl the line and length correctly. They need to restrict team strikers beyond 140 to 150. And if they do so, as we can see in the last match, both the batsmen Ajit and the openers gave the beautiful start to the team Tigers. The new batsman in is Hemang Mehta. He's on strike. One more experienced player for team strikers. This time drifting on the pads. The ball was going down the leg side. It will be declared as a leg bye, certainly. And 15 overs completed. It's 111 for the loss of 4 wickets. Team CNMS and SVKM strikers.
So welcome back live. It's the first inning in progress. 15 overs done, and 111. Nelson on the board for the loss of 4 wickets. CNMS and the SVKM'S strikers for the loss of 4 wickets. And now it's the final 30 legitimate deliveries to be bowled. The current run rate of 7.40. The projected score approximately 150. And if they bat sensibly and if they take it to the cleaners, it will be appreciated if they get close to 180, which would be a competitive total. Siddharth once again bowling his final over. A good straight ball and still a cheek single. A footwork to get a run out going, but Siddharth did not get successful, and Nitin completed the run without any hustle and bustle. Nitin batting on 25. Hemang, who has come just now, facing a couple of deliveries for his single run. Siddharth bowling his last over. 26 runs for no wicket. OIS Tigers have been good with the fielding department, although there have been a few missed run-outs, dropped catches. Still, they have curtailed CNMS and SVKM'S for 112 for 4 wickets. 16th over in progress of the first inning. Off to a great flyer start and hit back straight over the bowler's head. Got to see and fielded by Sharad, the long off region, enabling the batsman to come back for a couple of runs, taking the score to 114. It's my dad, my superstar Season 2, live from the Somaya ground here at the very heart of Mumbai. Now, Friday delivery, a missed chance. He let the ball go straight to the keeper's hands, and he thought it might be a wide, but wasn't to be. Nitin, who's batted all the way for 27. Siddharth continuing a very tight spell. Only 3 runs considered from his deliveries in the 4th run. That is singles. Not getting that boundary. It was a last over. It was a mix of great hitting and a wicket from Varun. Although he went for 11 runs, but importantly got the wicket of Jigar. Oh, and once again, a swing and a miss. Tried to play over the square leg region. Okay. He wanted to play that heave once again, stepping down the pitch, but to no avail. The ball missed and straight into the keeper's gloves. So Siddharth making the things happen. 16 overs gone. It's 115 for 4. So 115 for the loss of 4 wickets after 16 overs. Batting first are CNMS and SVKM'S strikers. It's my and my superstar season 2 live from the Somaya ground. And Sharad, who has come back to bowl his 3rd over. 2 overs at the start of innings for 16 runs. A bit expensive. No wickets to his name. Will try to keep the score as low as possible for his team so that they don't have to work much when they come down to chase the total. Said by CNMS and SVKM'S. Now once again Sharad bowling from the far end. Oh, and a full toss above the waistline. We'll wait to see whether it is what it is signalled by the umpire, and a great stop at the fence. Nothing signalled by the umpire. It was a full toss. Bunty asking the umpire whether it should have been a no ball. Hemang, the batsman. Down the pitch he goes and through the covers he plays straight in and straight out of misfield at the fence. Yash did not collect the ball cleanly, and it's a fantastic boundary from Hemang. The score moves on to 122 for the loss of 4 wickets in the 17th over. Sharad being expensive. It was a delivery that should have been hit and rightly done so from Hemang. And a bit of misfield. Should have been a better effort at the fence. To the covers it goes, whistling down. And once again Sharad, once again Hemang down the pitch, failing to connect. Trying to score of every ball. A slow one from Sharad. He's deceiving the batsman, but failing to curtail or get a breakthrough for his team. So 122 they stand for the loss of 4 wickets. CNMS and SVKM'S. Once again, Sharad from the far end. He's bowling onto the stump. A great comeback from Sharad. Oh, and the fielders aren't helping the motive of saving the runs. And one more misfield, allowing the batsman to come down for a couple. 124 the score reads now. CNMS and SVKM'S have batted very nicely, but lost the last 2 wickets at the wrong time when they were moving very swiftly, looking strong, but lost the wickets at that interval. And Sharad, the last ball of his 3rd over, conceding 25 runs. Not a successful night out for him. And this ball played on the onside just for a single. And 17 overs gone and 125 for the loss of 4 wickets. मला अगोदर काय वाटलं back live. 18 deliveries remaining, and we'll see what maximum can the score move on to CNMS and SVKM'S. Strikers will try to get as many, and helping the cause is Nitesh bowling a very, very loose delivery down the leg side, wide and a 4. Completely slipped out of his hands. So the move of the score to 130 for the loss of 4 wickets. Hemang and Nitin on the crease. And Nitesh in for his last over. He tried to bowl a Yorker, and in that process helping the batting team with a gifted wide boundary. And now once again Nitesh in his last over, and he's clean bowled. Hemang tried to accelerate the score, and failing to do so, a Yorker from Nitesh, and the middle stump out of the roots. Hemang Mehta gone for 10 on the run ball. So no big shots from the famous pinch hitter. So it's the 5th wicket down for CNMS and SVKM strikers. And Nitesh been rewarded for a very, very beautiful piece of bowling. So after being considered for 5 runs of a wide delivery, it is a very good comeback from the bowler Nitesh in his last over. He's got 2 wickets to his name now. 26 runs and 2 wickets in his last over. So CNMS and SVKM strikers now in a spot of bother. So the new batsman in is Mittal. So now what strategy does CNMS and SVKM's strikers deploy now? Nitesh into bowling. Once again, he's now lost the rhythm. He was at the start of the innings when he was bowling a good line, a good length. He was getting that ball to swing, leaving the right-hander questioned. But now he's considering that extra The score is 131 for the loss of 5 wickets. Nitesh to bowl the next delivery. And Mittal misses it, trying to make the most of what deliveries have left. Trying to pull the ball, but failing to do so. The length was very, very tight. He's bowling just outside the off stump. This is a good piece of bowling that he's going to. And once again, he's gone past the outside edge and he tried to create a run out at the non-striker. Sharad ran quickly to the stumps, but the batsman getting back to the crease in time. Here's a replay. As you can see, it was a very, very brilliant delivery. Just missing the outside edge by the little most distance. And here is his continuing, and he's heaved it to the long off region and a misfield, long on region, and a misfield leads to yet another boundary. So welcome boundary which was needed. The strikers they are really striking the ball actually very well, and once again drifting down the leg side of the pads he plays, and the keeper chasing the ball, Naveen, and throwing it back, but couldn't stop the batsman from getting a couple of runs, and the score slowly and steadily ticking. They're getting the momentum which is required in the last couple of overs after this ball. Just 137 runs on the board for the loss of 5 wickets, and Nitesh, who was the pick of their bowlers, has lost the rhythm, it seems, on the last ball of his spell now to be bowled. 31 runs he has conceded and a couple of wickets to his name. And the last ball of his spell, wide deliveries have caused a bit of problems for OIS Tigers. Not expected at this level from Nitesh, because they have shown the comeback. They have applied that strategy. The captain would be thinking that they need a good start when they come down to chase this total setup by the strikers. It is Nitesh from the far end bowling to Mittal, and Mittal has played it down to the covers once again and straight to the fielder. 1 run conceded of the last ball of the final over bowled by Nitesh. It is 18 overs gone, 139 for 5. Back live, 18 overs, 139 for 5. It is Sharad to continue from the far end. Last over of his spell, and he has bowled it outside the off stump, and Mittal played it down the wicket, and what happens there? He missed the ball and he missed the run out, it seems. So CNMS and SVKM'S are lucky as well. Sharad did not pick the ball, and it would have been a great chance of run out. They were slow taking down the second run, and Nitin, who was running down the bowler's end, would have been shot if Sharad would have collected the ball by a fair distance. Sharad failing to do that, and now he has played it nicely. The ball been pulled away for a fantabulous boundary. So Mittal playing the role of the hitter and helping the team get a considerable total. 145 on the board for the loss of 5 wickets. Mittal with a fantabulous pull. The deep square leg region, no fielder there. So Sharad was expensive, and once again he has only managed to get a wicket, and Mittal, trying to accelerate the run rate, has found himself into the hands of the fielder being placed at the square leg region. So trying to make the maximum, trying to hit the ball out of the park. Mittal is gone out, and Sharad, although expensive, but he has succeeded in taking a wicket. Mittal Joshi caught out for 11. And the new batsman now. Once again in the replay we can see there's not a great delivery actually, but still he got a wicket off that. He did not get the distance, did the Mittal, and found himself caught out at the square leg region. And the new batsman in is Amol. 9 deliveries remaining in the first innings. The new batsman in is Amol Sisodia. He's a great cricketer, has been around for more than a decade in the cricket fraternity and knows how the game progresses. A sensible cricketer, he knows that he needs to give the strike back to Nitin, who has been there for 27 deliveries, and make the maximum of what remains in the innings. So it is an over remains after a couple of deliveries. Sharad creating that breakthrough which was needed for his team. And now the projected score as we approach the close of the first inning has come down to as low as 160 runs, and he's played down the ground. The long on fielder coming to collect the ball and failing to do so, enabling the batsman to get one more couple. So adding to the total, are these runs going to hurt when the OIS Tigers come to chase? Actually, so he's made 31 runs from 28 balls. Is Nitin. The score of the strikers is 148 for the loss of 6 wickets. The last ball of Sharad's spell, and very high action, and he scooped it up in the air, but the fielder from the Madon region collects it and throws to the keeper, keeping it down to a couple of runs. So 19 overs, 150 for the loss of 6 wickets. the last over of the first innings, and the bowler bowls it short and gets pulled away to the leg side, helping the score to move on to 152 for the loss of 6 wickets. The new bowler is Varun, bowling the last over of the innings and his spell. 24 runs conceded by him and a couple of wickets to his kitty. On strike is Amol Sisodia, and once again he's heaved it through the covers region, and the ball whistling down the covers, and the deep cover fielder coming around and saving a probable couple of runs. This would have been a boundary if not fielded. Amol trying his best to get the maximum out of the remaining 4 deliveries of the last over of the first inning. The CNMS and SVKM'S strikers are 150 for the loss of 6 wickets. Varun would try to curtail the runs, the minimum possible, and once again he's heaved it to the leg side. A great shot, and once again a fielding, saving 2 runs. So 156 for the loss of 6 wickets. 3 balls remaining in the first innings. Maximum would be the, and once again to the square leg region. So 1 run added to the total. Move on to a couple of runs added to the total. The score moves on to 158 for the loss of 6 wickets. 2 deliveries remaining in the first innings play. Will he be able to get the ball out of the park? And a straight one, an inside edge. There was a lime cut, and it's a boundary down the fine leg region. In the replay you can see it was a lime cut, missing the leg stump by a distance, and the ball just whistling down the fine leg to a boundary. Much needed one. This would set up the momentum when they come out to defend the total, and once again trying to get the ball to the maximum, just managing for a single. A great comeback by the bowler after being hit for a boundary of the previous ball, and end of the first innings. After a great start, CNMS and SVKM'S only managing to 163, losing 6 wickets. So it's My Dad, My Superstar Season 2, and the first innings of this match between CNMS and SVKM'S strikers and OIS Tigers, and the CNMS and SVKM'S strikers managing to get a moderate total of 163 for the loss of 6 wickets from the allotted 20 overs.
So yes, winning the toss and electing to field first, team OIS Tigers will not be happy. Team strikers have scored a better score of 163, which what they needed at the start of the innings. They were going at the run rate of 8.13, and they have managed to score 163 on the board. A quick look at the batting summary. Viraj Gandhi was bowled by Nitesh on the score of 19 of 24 balls, and Aziz was given LBW, bowled by Ajit, just scoring a good knock of 39 runs of 31 balls, and Nitin Porwal not out on 33 runs of 29 balls faced, in which he hit 3 boundaries. Chirag Joshi being bowled by Varun for a lowest score of 4 runs, and Jigar Shah was bowled by Varun on the score of 11 He faced 8 balls and Hemang Mehta was clean bowled by Nitesh on the score of 10, facing 10 deliveries, and Mithil Joshi caught by Nitesh, very well bowled by Nitesh, caught by Bharat on the score of 11 runs, facing 8 balls, and Amol was not out on the score of 13, facing 7 balls. It's 163 for the loss of 6 wickets for team CNMS and SVKM'S strikers. Hello sir. And we have the bowling summary. And we have the bowling summary in the middle for team Tigers. Nitesh Basin bowling 4 overs, taking 2 wickets, giving away 33 runs. Sharad Kelkar bowling 4 overs, taking 1 wicket to his name, a big scalp, and conceding 37 runs at the economical run rate of 9.25. Ajit Virwani, once again the captain, leading from the front, conceding away 25 runs, taking a wicket to his name in his 4 overs quota at the economical run rate of 6.25. Siddharth Gambhir giving away 29 runs in 4 overs at the economical run rate of 7.25, didn't get a wicket, but then it was Varun Gambhir in the action, conceding 34 runs at the economical run rate of 8.5 and 2 big wickets to his name. The target set is 164. Team OIS Tigers to win this match. So yes, welcome back to the second innings of the match played between OIS Tigers versus CNMS and SVKM'S strikers, winning the toss and electing to field first. Certainly the things didn't go well for Team Tigers. It's an 164 for them to win this match, but certainly they need to go for a money now. And it's a beautiful event being organized by Sportonics, one team, one rim. It's the second season of My Dad, My Superstar, where 6 teams will be clashing between each other and one team will be emerging as a champion. You can catch the live action on Sportonics app from the App Store and the Google Play. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Sportonics India, and you can subscribe to the channel on YouTube, the Sportonics Global Network. Our official media partners, Team 7070, our food and beverages partners, Shiv Sagar Restaurant. Would like to thank our partners, Jean-Claude Oliver, Regal, Brillo, Trip XOXO, Hitachi, RK Mumbai Realtors, and Spectrum. We are about to start the chase. Anuj and Nitesh in the middle for the run chase for Team Tigers. And with the bowling proceedings, it's Jigar Shah. The very first ball that's been drifted towards the square leg region. Himang the fielder there. But a single to start the innings. Off the mark, Anuj will be on strike. That was a slower delivery to start the innings, but certainly Team Tigers would be thinking of around playing at the run rate of 8 to 9 runs per over. In the very first innings, certainly it was a seesaw battle, but in the end it was the team strikers certainly setting up the score of 164. At one stage, we thought it would be around 170 to 180, but the bowlers come back. But in the end, it was again team strikers really striking the ball well. Once again, a good use of the experience, Jigar Shah. One more experienced player for team strikers. Medium pace bowler, but certainly using the pitch of the ball very well. Moving away and moving in the ball. He has an experience to his name. Once again, that's been beautifully struck by Anuj. That was firmly played with the swing. And both the openers in the middle will need to strike some strokes beautifully. And with the curiosity, they need to play some sensible knock in the middle. The 164 is the target in 20 overs for Team Tigers. Once again, a short pitch delivery didn't catch that much elevation. A bit of a fumble in the middle between the bowler and the batsman. But both the players are safe. The score moving on to 3. That was a beautiful delivery bowled by Jigar. Certainly coming in for the right hand batsman, played away towards on the leg side region. Certainly a clash in the middle, but both the fielders and the batsmen safe. Once again a good comeback. The ball remaining down, didn't bounce that much. So it's the nature of the pitch that helps the bowlers. In the first innings, as we saw from the over number 6 to over number 18, it was the bowlers' game. But then some sensible knock by the team strikers. Once again, getting an outside edge, just flying nearby the first leap. But certainly a good fielding in the end by the fielder there. It's the first over completed, and the score is 5 runs without a loss of any wicket for Team Tigers. So after the first over, it's 5 runs on the board for Team Tigers. They need to require the run rate at around 8.37 to win this match. They need 159 to win in 114 balls. It has to be Anuj and Nitesh right from the word go. Both the opening batsmen need to put some serious stand in the middle. And with the bowling concedings, it's Mittal for second over for Team Strikers. Once again, a pace attack for Team Strikers. The first ball that's been called as a white ball, but a good running between the wickets by both the batsmen, using the chance there and going over for a single. The score certainly moving to 7, and certainly it will be run rate going up and down with the dot deliveries. We can see Hemang, one more experienced player for Team Strikers at the cover region. This time again drifting on the pads, certainly going down the leg side. There was an appeal for the leg before. Umpire remains unmoved. Govind Dadvi, our umpire in the middle, with him giving him the company at the square leg region is Ronak Joshi. Both the umpires in the middle. Certainly a good umpiring team in the middle. And this is a beautiful tournament organized by Sportonics. One team, one dream event. Bring up the My Dad, My Superstar Season 2. Once again, a good comeback by the bowler, but certainly going out the off stump line. It was pitched on the off stump. Certainly moving away from the left-hander. One more single to the total in the form of extras. So it's whether extra or the runs coming from the bat. It will be runs considered for Team Tigers this time. Beautifully struck there. But then a good piece of a fielding at the short backwards square leg. 9 runs is the score on the scoreboard for Team Tigers. And certainly Nitesh and Anuj need to gear up the runs. The target is of 164. They have started with the run rate of around 6.75, but certainly this won't help them to score the runs. They need to strike on the loose deliveries which they get or make some chances. Once again, a stand and deliver. But certainly what a good piece of a fielding there. It's a first wicket, and what a catch by Jigar at the third man region. What a catch that was. Certainly bringing his experience in the middle was Jigar. A one-handed catch at the proper timing. Yes, here we go. In the replay, as we can see, Saw the batsman shuffling on the leg side, kept his ball on the off-stop line. That was driven firmly, but then a good effort, a timing effort by Jigar, and one-handed catch taken by him. And what a piece of a fielding that was on the 30-yard circle. So it's a first wicket for team strikers. They have strike at the right time, and Tigers losing their first wicket on the score of 9. And it's the big man walking in the middle. Siddharth Kelkar, one of the finest batsmen for Team Tigers. So certainly that's a big name walking in the middle. He's a good sportsman, but then a big actor in the Marathi film industry, and a current big role on the name of Sharad Kelkar. As we can see, he's in the middle for his team Tigers after the first wicket has fallen. It will be an excitement to see him play, but certainly he's a good sportsman. He loves cricket, and here is in the middle. The first ball he is facing, but then what a good comeback by Mittal. 2 wickets in 2 consecutive balls. 9 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Certainly Tigers here in the back foot now. Yes, walking back to the pavilion, but he will not be happy. But certainly it's the game of cricket, it's a game of uncertainties, that anything can happen. But what a piece of a bowling by Mittal. Didn't give the room, the ball didn't bounce that much. Yes, as we can see, it was an in-swinger coming in for the right hand batsman, going for the slog sweep and missing it completely. 9 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Team Tigers, a bit of a worry here for them, and it will be a hat-trick moment for Mittal, and if he can do so, well, that could be a game for team strikers. And the captain walking in the middle for team Tigers. So once again, but certainly it will be Abhishek. So it's Abhishek who has came after the fall of 2 wickets. This is the second over, and what an over this has been from Mittal. Gave away 2 consecutive wides, but then he is now on a hat-trick at the moment, getting 2 wickets in 2 quick sessions. And what a display of a bowling and a fielding from team strikers. They need 155 more to win this match in the remaining 110 deliveries. But then certainly a good use of the wrist there towards the deep backward square leg region. It will be only a single, but then a good piece of a bowling in the from Mittal in this over. The current run rate going at the run rate of 5.46. Certainly the required run rate climbing up to 8.48. So now it will be Anuj and Abhishek in the middle for Team Tigers. They need to score some runs. They need to play a sensible cricket. Once again drifting on the leg side. The batsmen have crossed over, and a good running between both the batsmen. Yes, it's been signaled as a leg bye, and 2 overs completed. It's 11 for the loss of 2 wickets for Team Tigers. So it will be Jigar who will be bowling the third over, the second over of his spell. Once again, a good over pitch delivery, and Anuj getting an elevation there. The ball is racing down the long on region, the long leg region for a boundary. A welcome boundary for Team Tigers. Yes, certainly saw it coming. Dabbed it towards the long leg region for a beautiful handsome 4. The first runs coming in the form of 4 for Anuj. Once again, a bit of a swing there. A swing and a miss. A good comeback by Jigar. Certainly it was a Yorker line delivery, but then a good comeback by Jigar, keeping the batsman silent. The required run rate climbing up to 8.45. Once again, a good comeback following the footsteps of the batsman there. Certainly this won't help Tigers to score the runs, but then it's 149 runs to win this match of 105 balls for Team Tigers. Abhishek and Anuj in the middle. A required run rate climbing up to 8.52. They need to do some serious hitting in the middle. Once again, a slower one. Good piece of a fielding there at a short mid-off. So an aggressive fielding attack by strikers, and certainly they will be thinking of taking 1 or 2 wickets here in the middle. They will be thinking to build the pressure on the batsman. Once again missing down the leg side. It will be called as a wide. So an extra 2 the total for Team Tigers. And Tigers on the other hand would be thinking to score at the healthy run rate of around 8 to 9 runs. And if they do so, well, this could be a game for them to win this match. Once again, a bit of a swing there for Jigar. And a good fielding set by team strikers, not giving away any rooms. They have put the batsmen in the pressure, and in the process they have successfully taken 2 wickets. So certainly the required run rate again climbing up to 8.62 runs. That was a slow one. Saw the batsman shuffling down the leg side, following him. A Yorker ball to end the over. It's 3 overs completed, and Team OIS Tigers at the run chase of 164. They are 16 for the loss of 2 wickets. So it's 3 overs completed, and the Team Tigers have scored 16 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. This is the second season of My Dad, My Superstar, a good initiative by Team Sportonics. 1 team, 1 dream. And it's Mittal back in attack. What a swing that was, certainly making the batsman go for a drive. It was a bit pitched wideish on the off stump line, but then certainly he has 2 scalps to his name, Mittal. 5 runs for the 2 wickets against his name, and a good start to the second over bowled by him. Once again getting an edge, just falling short of Jigar there. That could have been 1 more wicket if Jigar would have dived in, but then showing an experience, an all-round experience by team strikers. They are striking well with the ball now. In the first innings, they really well strike the ball, but then it's the bowlers doing their work for team strikers now in the second innings. Slowly and steadily, the required run rate climbing up to 8.83. Once again, following the batsman, that's been flicked away, and the ball crosses the fence for a much more needed boundary in the over. The score moving on to 21 run for the loss of 2 wickets. This is the fourth over. He saw it coming and using his wrist there, played a beautifully by Anuj in the middle, getting the much more needed boundary. The ball crossing the long leg region for a much needed boundary in the over. And now Mittal changing his end. He will be bowling right arm round the wicket to the left hand batsman. So right and left hand combination in the middle for Team Tigers. A good comeback by Mittal. One more dot ball in the over. It's a 3.4 overs bowled and the score is 21 for the loss of 2 wickets. They need 143 to win this match of 98 balls. We are live on YouTube. You can catch us on the YouTube channel Sportonics, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Once again, a good comeback by Mittal. Kept the batsman in two minds and certainly bowling near the wideish line, but then it was a legal delivery that kept low. Certainly, if could have been a nick, that could have been the third wicket, but nevertheless, a dot ball. Certainly building the pressure on the batsman, not giving away any runs. Once again, a slower Yorker attempted and a good bowling by Mittal, showing his experience in the middle. It's a 4 overs completed, 21 for the loss of 2 wickets. Team OIS Tigers. So it's a 4 overs completed. We are live in action on YouTube. You can catch us on Sportonics India, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel Sportonics Global Network. We are live on YouTube from Team 7070, our media partners. And Jigar to bowl his third over of the spell. A good swing to start the over, but that's been beautifully played by Abhishek towards the third man region. A single to start the over number 5th. This is the 5th over being bowled by Jigar. And once again, an experienced bowler coming to an attack from Team Strikers, Jigar Shah, conceding away 11 runs in his 2 overs which he has bowled. But certainly Jigar and Team Strikers going very well in the 5th over. Once again a bit of a swing, but then a good piece of a drive there by Anuj straight towards Hemang, but certainly it will be a single. Singles and doubles won't mind the Team Strikers, but then Team Tigers batsmen Anuj and Abhishek in the middle will have to score at the healthy run rate of around 8 to 9 runs per over. And certainly the required run rate climbing up to 9.02. 141 needed of 94 balls to win this match. And a stand and deliver back to the bowler's drive. The ball is racing and it will cross. That's a 4 for Team Tigers. certainly it was a full length delivery. He saw it coming, a swing, but then beautifully played back to the bowler's drive, straight to the ground for a much needed boundary. It's a 27 on the scoreboard for Team Tigers. They have lost 2 important wickets. But it has to be Anuj who has to play a sensible innings for his team. 4.4 overs have been bowled. It's a 27 for the loss of 2 wickets. The current run rate going around 5.78, but certainly it will be the required run rate, which is slowly and steadily moving around 8 to 9 runs per over. In the last match, we noticed Ajit Virwani, the captain, leading from the front from Team Tigers. Once again, that's been played mercilessly. The ball crosses the long on fence and it's a monstrous 6. The first 6 of the second innings coming from the blade of Abhishek. Once again, a loose delivery that was in the slot for Abhishek and getting the elevation, playing with the rise towards the long on fence. The ball certainly going above the spectator like a fielder. And a good sensible cricket in the middle by Abhishek. A single to end the over. It's a 5 overs completed. Tigers have scored 34 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. So it's a 5 overs completed and the Tigers have scored 34 for the loss of 2 wickets. And with me in the commentators box is Swapnil. So back to you, Swapnil, for the live action.
Thank you, Sagar. And it was 5 overs of mixed emotions, wickets of consecutive deliveries, and then a couple of big hits that has seen the Tigers get to 34 for the loss of 2 wickets. The first 5 overs of the second innings, the required run rate almost close to 9 runs per over, and if they play sensibly, they have to get 130 runs of 90 deliveries. There will be the chances that would help them score the big shots. And to bowl the 6th over is Vishal, and straight down the ground and falling short of the fielder Jigar, who has bowled fantabulous couple of overs, and Vishal has given a flight from the first ball itself, not frightened to toss the ball up to the batsman, and a bit of spin. Will he get yet another breakthrough? So what happens here is they require this partnership to bloom and blossom, and this will save them from getting into the hands of the strikers, who have started the second innings with the ball pretty decently. And 34 for the loss of 2 wickets already in the 6th over now. The target of 164. 130 required and a miss. That was a great delivery outside the off stump. A little bit of spin, taking the ball away from Abhishek. It would be fun to see whether there was a nick. If it was, then it was a chance gone down. And Vishal to continue, and a miss. The keeper also did not pick up. There was a googly that was bowled, and it helps the batsman to cross over for a couple of runs. So the Dusra working for Vishal, but still the bye has been awarded. Score moves on to 36 for the loss of 2 wickets. And yet another flighted delivery, misfield from the bowler himself off his own bowling. And straight to the long off fielder, who comes down and settles the run. 1 run sneak through. And now left-handed Anuj to the strike. Vishal pretty decent with the first over itself. And he's gone only for a single of the first 5 deliveries that he has bowled. A brilliant start to his spell, helping his team curtail the opposition. And 85 deliveries and 127 more to get in order to win this match. And Anuj swings the bat, tries for that big shot over the leg side, but misses it, and it's end of the 6th over, 37 for the loss of 2 wickets. The replay, we can see how Anuj missed the ball. Had he connected, it would have been a big one. I was disappointed. The dot ball to end the over. 6 overs completed, 37 for the loss of 2 wickets. Back to the live action. 6 overs completed, 37 for the loss of 2 wickets, and a dot ball to end the over. He was disappointed, was Anuj Gupta, that he did not connect the ball, and once again past the outside edge, testing the temperament of the batsman, is Amol with a fresh over from the far end. And Abhishek completely missed the ball, did not read the line. 37 for the loss of 2 wickets. The 2 wickets would be hurting the OIS Tigers, that they did not get to a flying start, but slowly and steadily they are getting to a good comeback into the match. And once again a dot ball, not allowing the batsmen to free their arms. The bowling stump to stump line is Amol in his very first over. The 2 balls that he has bowled, he's not missed out on the length and the line. A good rhythm, the positive intent of the bowlers that we can see. And the Tigers are now getting into the dens. 82 deliveries and 127 runs more to get. It is not going to be a very simple chase, and the bowlers are asking questions every now and then. The pitch is not behaving usual. An odd bounce, that slow one, the ball nipping in to the right-handers, getting away from the left-handers. Every other delivery staying low, questioning the batsman. But still, your caliber is tested, and trying to take that single run, he completes it at the end, is Abhishek. What happens here is, when you try to do too many things at a time, you tend to make that mistake, and the Tigers won't be expecting that mistake to happen now, because they want this partnership to come along nicely, to shape up this inning and take as much as time on the field to get closer and closer to the total. We'll see as the time progresses what happens, because cricket, as they say, is a game of uncertainty. And the pendulum can swing to anybody's way. As a bowler now trying to get his field right, Only a single conceded of the first 3 balls of Amol's first over of the spell, and 7th over of this inning. The Tigers chasing more total of 164, which would have been more if the strikers would have played sensibly, more sensibly rather. Once again, Amol, a brilliant ball to get the off stump rattling outside. Anuj Gupta, and the leg stump, I apologize, the leg stump out of the roots. And Anuj Gupta would be disappointed because he did not read the line of the ball and missed it completely, played all over it. And this is what I was trying to say, as they say, the commentators curse. And this, when you have too many things in mind, you don't play ball by ball, you think about the target, and you think about the dipping run rate, and you lose your temperament, you lose your concentration, and the bowler wins it. And so the leg stump out for a walk. What a ball by Amol Sisodia. Beautifully bowled by Amol, and Anuj is out for 13 after facing 20 deliveries. Misjudged the line, trying to play it over the leg side. The bowler did it for his team. So the new batsman in is Puneet. Gambhir. And see whether Abhishek and Puneet would try to get things working once again for the OIS Tigers, because the strikers have strike as their name. And Amol once again bowling a very tight line. Oh, and this would have been close if the bat did not come in time. And to the covers, he gets through for a single. The singles would not hurt the strikers more, because the boundaries is what they require. The boundaries aren't coming for the Tigers. Requirement of 125 runs of 79 legitimate deliveries that remained in this inning. The strikers have carried their momentum that they got in the last few overs when they were batting, and the bowlers have proved their worth. This is what cricket is all about. The momentum that you get in the few overs at the end of their first innings is carried on. The positive intent to get your team to a very comfortable position is now with the strikers, and trying to judge the delivery, trying to see the bowler off. And it is 7 overs down the second innings, and it's 39 for the loss of 3 wickets are the Tigers. Back to the live cricket. It is 7 overs and 39 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Vishal into his second over. Only 1 run considered of his first over and a full toss to start off with, but luckily that he did not go for a big hit of the full toss. Puneet Gambhir, he would be disappointed if he missed out on a full toss delivery. But this is what happens when you are chasing a total of 164 and you don't get a good start. Even the loose deliveries do not count for runs. This is what the situation plays on your mind. This is what happens to even the greatest of the batsmen. When you're chasing, you are under that impression that you need to cope up with the run rate and every dot delivery, and you are into pressure. He's heaved it on the leg side. We'll see. No, it falls into no man's land. Safe he is as Abhishek, and helps himself for a comfortable couple. Was in the air, but luckily for Abhishek, it did not carry to any of the fielders on the leg side. Next delivery from Vishal. Only 4 runs from his 9 deliveries that he's bowled so far, and a beautiful delivery. But oh, it was a miscommunication altogether. Puneet set off without even looking at the partner, and Abhishek was caught ball watching. It was a wide delivery, and they sneak for a bye. So this is 2 runs added to the total. It moves on to 44 for the loss of 3 wickets, and the wickets column would hurt the Tigers, because this is what matters when you're chasing. More the wickets you have, more the chances of you getting more runs. And a flighted delivery, and so was the shot. It was raced down the covers for a brilliant boundary. Puneet Gambhir is making his stay at the crease count. As you can see in the replay, the ball was tossed up by Vishal. He is bowling a good length and not frightened to toss the ball, but Puneet read the line and straight away he hammered it for a boundary. And once again, from the outside of off stump, did he play the ball to the leg side and straight into the hands. 1 bounce and a single to get Abhishek on strike. Puneet is out with an intent to score more freely. He's not afraid of playing the ball in the air. 7.5 overs, last ball of the 8th over, and 49 for 3 is the score. And once again a full toss to end the over. He's played it down the leg side for a single, and Abhishek taking his score to 19 and helping his team get to 50 for the loss of 3 wickets after 8 overs are the Tigers. Back to the live action, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, that is Protonics India, and you can also catch up the live action on YouTube, that is Protonics Global Network. And the cricket is live from the Somaya ground, and he's played it into the slip cordon for a single, getting Puneet back on strike. And Puneet, who is started off his inning with some great shots, helping himself to the score of 7 runs. Amol into his second over, only considering 3 in this first over, 2 in his first over and a single, taking his conceding to 3, and has got an important wicket also. So what Puneet would do with Amol's bowling now, he's missed it altogether. It did not read the line. Short of a length delivery, testing the batsman's temperament. And he tried to cut the ball, but failed to do so, and straight into the keeper's gloves. As he's a very brilliant batsman from the strikers, just making sure that the bowler does not miss out on this great start to the second over also. The required run rate now creeping towards 10. Slowly and steadily, the bowlers are getting onto the batsman. And here is an edge and a reward for a fine bowling by Amol. And he's got that edge to carry to the keeper. And Puneet, who was looking dangerous. And here is an example of when you live by the sword, you die by it. So he was looking dangerous, but the reward to the bowler for a fine line that he is held true. Amol getting the second wicket. Puneet Gambhir goes for 7 after hitting a boundary. And the next batsman in would be the captain of the team. Here you can see he did not even try to take a read of the line and length and just tried to accelerate, step off the run rate, required run rate, and it was creeping and only managed to get the edge carrying to the keeper Nitin. Aren't they delighted? And so should be, because the fourth wicket comes down for the Tigers. That is 51 for 4, and the scorecard is a bit disappointing, but they have a ray of hope walking down the wicket as they see their best batsman who had been the man of the match in the last outing that he did for his team, AJ as they call him, Ajit Virvani, is on the striker's end, and he has a spot of bother for his team because his team is 51 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. And we'll see the bowler goes through the middle order of the Tigers, and Amol off to a great start and a little punch down to the gully region. And now we'll see how Ajit takes it from here, because Amol is bowling a very tight line and respecting the bowler is Ajit. He doesn't want too many wickets to fall in a heap. What this means is now they have to shape up, take an over by over, and it is almost only an over remaining to the halfway mark of the second innings as they're chasing a score of 164. And now 67 deliveries remaining and 112 runs to get the required run rate, now crossing the 10 runs bar. The last delivery of the 9th over by Amol, and it is that very fine edge that gets it to the boundary. Fine third man did not even get close to the ball, and had there been a second slip would have been a chance, but in T20s you hardly get to see any slip fielders. So much required boundary to end the 9th over. This is the intent what they need to inculcate now, that they can get to the score of 164. They have to bat sensibly. 9 overs, 56 for the loss of 4 wickets. Back to live action now. Spinner been introduced, and straight away he starts off with a wide. That's all right, because you have to be variance with your deliveries. You can't be very stagnant. You have to test the temperament of the batsman every now and then. You have to bowl to your strength. And straight away he changes line on to the off stump, but to no avail, because Ajit, who is in a good form from the last game itself, hammers it down through the covers for a very, very valuable boundary. Much needed, because this is what is going to help their effort to get to the score of 164. A boundary every now and then, loose balls should be hammered, and the bowler now needs to rework on the line and length. Back to live action. The bowler now strays to the leg side and helps the batsman take a single. Ajit won't spare the loose deliveries. As soon as he knew that the ball was straying to the leg side, he straight away thought of sweeping the ball and gets a single for his team, taking the score to 62 for the loss of 4 wickets into the 10th over of the second innings of the chase from the Tigers. And outside the off stump was the ball, a little bit of flight in the air, but he plays it to the covers region once again, to the offside for a single, helping the captain back to the strike. Josh now trying too much with his deliveries, bowling the 4th delivery of the first over that he's bowling, and now, as I say that he's trying too much, he created that very suspicious delivery. Out of nowhere did it stayed low, and the batsman missed it completely. Ajit moving on to 6 runs of the 5 deliveries that he's placed, and now a flighted delivery but a slight change in the length, a fuller delivery, now testing the batsman, and all of a sudden there are 2 dot deliveries consecutively. Now what happens here is 63 on the board, 4 wickets down, thinking out of a target of 164. They need to take an over by over from here, and a flighted delivery, full toss. He created that full toss by stepping out of the pitch and played it over the extra cover area for a couple of runs. Ajit, when he's on the crease, the scoreboard will be ticking. 10 overs gone, halfway through the second innings of the chase. 65 for the loss of 4 wickets. Here we can see on the run worm, they are slightly below the required par, and the loss of 4 wickets, they have 64 on the board, wherein after 10 overs the strikers were 72. Here you can see too much wickets falling at regular intervals, 4 wickets to be precise. They have to rebuild their innings, and this is what the Tigers scorecard looks like. The opening pair did not last much. Nitish gone for a 2 runs, bowled by Jigar Shah and caught by Jigar. Okay, and then Anuj Gupta, who was looking steady, for 20 deliveries did he stay, but only managed to get 13 runs with the help of 2 boundaries. Sharad Kelkar was out for a 0, a golden duck, enabling Mittal, who did not complete with the hat-trick but bowled very, very well. Abhishek Dutt is not out, with Ajit Virvani on the crease with 8 and 25 respectively, and Puneet Gambhir, who tried to accelerate the scoreboard but only managed to get a 7 runs with the help of 1 boundary that he played. So the bowling card would be satisfied for the CNMS and SVKM'S strikers. Jigar Shah, 3 overs, 23 runs. Mittal Joshi and Vishal Patil bowled 2 overs each, where Mittal Joshi managed to get 2 wickets for 10 runs, and Vishal Patil did not get a wicket but 12 runs to his name only on the 2 overs. Amol Sisodia bowled 2 overs, 2 wickets and 8 runs, and Jash Dharod bowled an over, conceding 9 runs with no wicket. So the equation now is that the Tigers require 99 roaring runs from 60 striking deliveries from the strikers. And here is the time to welcome once again Sagar into the commentary box.
Thank you, Swapnil, for such a beautiful view of the bowling and the batting analysis. We are in the second innings of the match played between Tigers and the strikers. It's a 65 for the loss of 4 wickets. Team Tigers, and they need some serious roaring in the middle, and it will be the pair of Abhishek and Ajit to the rescue. Abhishek playing on 25 of 22 balls faced. The very first ball getting an outside edge. That's racing towards the third man, but certainly a fielder there. And the batsman settling down for a single. As mentioned by Swapnil earlier, they need to roar at the current run rate around 9 to 10 runs. They need to score, but then certainly it will be a pressure on the batsman to score runs at the regular intervals, play some sensible cricket. Ajit and Abhishek are in the middle, and now it will be Ajit on strike facing Amol. This is the third over being bowled by him. 9 runs and 2 wickets for his name. Amol once again showing his experience in the middle, bowling some beautiful deliveries. They need 97 runs off 58 balls. That's a chaseable target, but then it has been the wickets that has been disappointed Tigers for this run chase. It's a 67 for the loss of 4 wickets. The required run rate climbing up to 10.06. This time a play and a miss by both the batsman as well as the keeper, but certainly a good piece of a fielding there at the third man region in the form of Wise. The more important runs coming in the form of 2 runs. It's a 69 on the board. So certainly it will be the runs coming in the flow, because both the batsmen in the middle are certainly striking and rotating the strike at the regular intervals. This is the second season of My Dad My Superstar. Once again that's been bowled outside the off stump line, and one more extra to the total, certainly helping the Tigers will be the cause with the extras. It's a 70 on the board, and certainly they need some motivation, some runs in the middle to win this match. 164 is the target, but certainly what a display of a bowling by strikers. Once again it was pitched in the middle line stump, and only a single to the offering for the batsman. It's 71 on the scoreboard. So it's not that you have to score on the big shots, but certainly if you keep on changing the strike, somewhere you may get loose deliveries, and then you need to go according with it. On strike will be Ajit Virwani, the captain in the middle, has walked for Team Tigers, and it will be yet another day for him, this time beating the batsman. An uneven bounce from the bowler. What a good piece of a bowling by Amol, showing his experience right on the money in the middle. Certainly the required run rate climbing now to 9.98. 93 runs more to win this match of 55 balls. And it has been the day for Team Strikers till now. This is the 5th match of this tournament. We are live on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and Instagram. Once again played towards the square third man region. A bit of a fumble in the middle, but then certainly a good running between the wickets by both the batsmen. It's 11 overs completed, 73 for the loss of 4 wickets. Team OIS Tigers. So now once again it's a spin attack from Team Strikers. This time dancing down the track, drifted towards the leg stump line, played bristily by Abhishek, and certainly a good running between the wickets by both the batsmen, and they know the importance of the wicket, so it will be the call from the batsmen that they keep the wickets in their hand and then go for the big shots in the end. Certainly they need to rotate the strike at the regular intervals. Josh back in attack once again, dancing down the track, not able to connect it properly, so the batsman coming out of his crease kept the ball low, following him on the leg side. Just a single, and the score moving on to 76 runs. The partnership worth of 25 runs. So it will be now Ajit, who is playing sensibly in the middle, facing 10 balls and has scored 11 runs, in which he has hit a beautiful couple of boundaries to his name. Once again, that's been played very well, but then certainly a single to the offering. That was very well fielded in the gully region. So it has been 100% bowling and the fielding effort from Team Strikers after the first innings. They played beautifully in the first innings, the batsmen, and now it's the bowlers doing the work for Team Strikers. 87 needed of 51 balls at around the run rate of 9 to 10 runs per over. Yes, the current run rate going at the run rate of 6.70. Once again going for the slog sweep. The ball is in the air and a good piece of a fielding by Aziz. It's a wicket for Team Strikers. The fifth wicket fallen on the score of 77. So a good shot cameo coming to an end by Abhishek, facing 28 balls and scoring 30 runs, in which he hit 2 fours and a 6 to his name. But then a good comeback by Josh. Certainly it was a tossed up delivery moving down the leg side for the right hand batsman, going for the slog sweep. The ball getting a thickish outside edge in the air, and Aziz making no mistake. And a simple catch for him, and a fifth wicket to the offering for Team Strikers. 11.4 overs have been bowled and 77 for the loss of 5 wickets. A bit of a worry here for Team Tigers. Yes, certainly the required run rate climbing up to 10.46, and they need a serious partnership. 50 runs would be the partnership they would be thinking of, but then it's 87 runs needed of 50 balls. Navin, the new batsman in. The last batsman out was Ajit. I beg a pardon. It was Abhishek. Once again, there's a chance of a stumping, and yes, that's a big nail in the coffin. What a wicket that was, certainly. And the sixth wicket falls on the score of 77. So a long walk from the captain Ajit Virwani. He is not happy with himself. He knows what he has done. But certainly a good piece of bowling by Josh. So certainly it's a pleasure to view that left hand bowler bowling to the right hand batsman didn't give the room, and a simple stumping from the wicket keeper. One more wicket for Team Strikers, and they are striking with the ball. One more wicket for Team Strikers, and it's the sixth wicket falling on the score of 77. We are live on YouTube. You can catch us on this channel Sportonics India Network, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Sportonics India. A great You can subscribe to the YouTube channel Sportonics Global Network, and you can catch us live action on the Sportonics app. Once again, that was a tossed up delivery outside the off stump line. One more extra to the total. Suddenly the score moving on to 79 runs. 6 wickets have fallen, and certainly a bit of pressure here from Tigers, with all the batsmen back in the pavilion. This time played softly, not for any runs. They know the importance of the wickets. It's 12 overs completed, 79 for the loss of 6 wickets. Team OIS Tigers. So it's Amol back in attack for team strikers. The very first ball that's been driven towards a long off region for a single, and the score moving on to 80. But certainly it's not been a day for team Tigers. 80 for the loss of 6 wickets. A bit of a bother here for them. Amol with the bowling proceedings. He is bowling his 4th over, giving away 15 runs and 2 big scalps to his name. This time played towards the point region, not for any runs. Navin and Dhiren in the middle, the 2 new batsmen, and certainly this would help the bowlers to certainly get some wickets, and if they do so, it will be easy pickings for team CNMS strikers. What a delivery that was again by Amol, using his pace and experience in the middle. Certainly a short pitch, but a slower one. Certainly beating the outside edge of the batsman. So it has been the nature of the pitch that has helped the bowlers. Even in the first innings we saw the ball moving in and out, but then 100% marks to the bowlers of strikers. Once again a short pitch delivery, not for any runs, played towards the silly mid-on. And what a piece of a bowling by Amol. 3.4 overs, 15 runs, 2 wickets to his name. They need 84 runs to win this match. Team OIS Tigers, this time a bit of a juicy full toss, played wristily towards the deep backward square leg region, and the score moving on with the help of these 2 runs to 82. A couple of runs to the offerings, and it's 82, but now they need to runs at the regular intervals. Record run rate climbing up to 11.45. This won't help them to win this match. Once again a swing and a miss. What a delivery that was, rolling his wrist, completely outplaying the batsman. It's 42 balls and 82 runs to win this match for team OIS Tigers. So yes, sir, we are back in live for the match between the Tigers and the Strikers. Nirav, the new bowler. So once again a spin attack from Strikers. That was a short pitch delivery played towards the long off, and it's a welcome boundary. So certainly runs coming on the very first delivery of the 14th over. Well, that was a short pitch and the tossed up delivery, getting the elevation and hammered away towards the long off region for a beautiful boundary. This time leaving on the offside, it will be called as a white ball, extra to the offering. Once again played with one hand, that's been hammered away, back to the bowlers at drive. Upishly, but certainly a good running between the wickets. There's an appeal for the run out, and both the batsmen in the middle showing some good running. It's 89 for the loss of 6 wickets, Team Tigers. This time again played upishly, back to the bowler's drive, but a good piece of a fielding there. And the batsman once again going for the couple of runs. Certainly a good over here for Team Tigers. The score moving on to 91 for the loss of 6 wickets. $164 is the target to win this match. Once again going on the back foot. That's been punched away towards the long on region, and that's a wicket. A good catch taken by the Hemang. Yes, we can see in the frame doing a bala dance for his team. It will be a cool, composed action. So good piece of a fielding by Hemang. And Navin Rupani, he's out on scoring of 9 runs of 5 balls which he has faced. Certainly that was a tossed up delivery by Nirav. Good comeback in this over after being hit by 4. Didn't get that much elevation in the shot which he played towards the long on region, straight to the throat of Hemang, and making no mistake, taking a simple catch. One more wicket for Team Strikers. They are striking now with the wickets in the second innings. 91 for the loss of 7 wickets is the Team OIS Tigers.
Now back to the live action. It's OIS Tigers in deep trouble now. The target seeming a little difficult. 13.4 overs, 91 for the loss of 7 wickets, chasing 164, requiring 73 of 38 deliveries. The required run rate now creeping through 11.5, and a bit of width been offered to the ball, but this is not going to help the OIS Tigers a bit also, because they need big hits, and now as I say the big hits, it's come down from Ravi, who's a new batsman who's walked in, and still only managing to get a single of Nirav, who has just successfully got a wicket. Now 93 for the loss of 7 wickets. What happens here is he's tossing the ball all right. Now small appeal for leg before, more of an interrogative appeal. The end of 14 overs. The OIS Tigers chasing 164-94 for the loss of 7 wickets. Now back to the live action once again. The 15th over of this inning. The second inning. Vishal is the new bowler into his third over and conceded 12 runs till now. Not a wicket to his name, but being economical on the runner ball. The 15th over been bowled by him. The OIS Tigers in deep trouble now. Need to get some going from here. It's My Dad, My Superstar Season 2 and the match between two very competitive teams. The OIS Tigers and the CNMS SVKM'S Tigers. 34 deliveries and 68 runs to get. Approximately 12 runs per over is the required rate. The OIS Tigers now Dhiren and Ravi onto the wicket now, and he's missed a delivery that has stayed low. Now this is the behavior of the pitch from the first ball itself. It swung in the first innings, in the primary stage of the first inning as well, and then in the second inning, this pitch has shown a different culture, that the ball is bouncing, is staying low, is not coming on to the bat very nicely, but still the bowlers aren't afraid of flighting the ball. We saw it in the first inning as well, a comfortable single after playing it to the offside. It's a mid-off region. The players are complacent of the CNMS and SVKM's strikers, because they know the target is now out of reach of the OIS Tigers. But as they say, cricket, anything can happen in this game. Oh, and a very beautiful delivery. Did not read the length. And a bit slow in the air is Vishal, deceiving the batsman. The batsman did not pick it up and missed it. Ravi is the batsman on strike. Will he deliver it for OIS Tigers today? One more flighted delivery and trying to make a big shot, but did not get the elevation through the ground. He plays and only succeeding it to get a single off the ball. The 15th over in progress. It's the 15th over concludes here, and the OIS Tigers managing to reach 98 for the loss of 7 wickets. And the equation here is they require 66 runs more from the remaining 30 balls.
So yes, it's 15 overs completed and the Tigers have managed to score 98 runs. They have lost 7 wickets. The target seems impossible, but certainly it's the game which says I am possible. It's Nirav back in attack. 11 runs, 1 wicket to his name. This time missing it completely. It was certainly a overpitch delivery, and the batsman not reading it properly, missing it, and even the wicket keeper made a mistake, but certainly it was a dot ball to start the over. Once again, dancing down the track, played towards the long off region. There's a fielder there, Jigger the fielder, and a single to the offering for the batsman. Team strikers bowlers have bowled really very well, kept the line and length tight, didn't bother the batsman to make the runs. Once again, played with the soft hands on the back foot towards the mid-on region. And a good piece of running between the wickets by both the batsmen in the middle, Ravi and Dhiren. 101 on the scoreboard for Team Tigers in the 16th over. Winning the toss and electing to field first. Certainly this has not been their day. Once again, what a good comeback by Nirav. Certainly he's played on, and that's another wicket for the name of Nirav and strikers. It's 101 for the loss of 8 wickets, Team Tigers.
He might not be a great spinner of the cricket ball, but truly he's making it count today. Nirav, he's got second wicket of the evening, and this one the batsman chipped it on through the stump. He played it on. He tried to make some adjustments to play the ball towards the leg side, but the twistly movement did not happen, and he chopped the ball onto the stump. Now Nirav getting the second wicket, and now the Tigers in more trouble, and it is hurting trouble. 101 runs on the board, but 8 wickets down, and the target now surely out of sight. They would only plan to play the entire quota of 20 overs from here. The first motive would be to play 20 overs. Dhiren on strike, and I pass on the mic to my partner Sagar.
Thank you so much, Swapnil. And certainly that was the 8th wicket falling. And what a piece of a bowling by Nirav. Wanted to go for a defense, but then he played it halfway. Not defensive and not even on the back foot to defend the ball. Certainly getting an inside edge to the stumps. It's 16 overs which is being bowled by Nirav. 15.5 overs have been bowled, 102 on the board for Team Tigers. Certainly this has not been their day, but then the strikers' day, striking with the bat in the first innings, giving the target of 164, and now in the second innings they have taken 8 wickets, giving away 102 runs. Once again a tossed up delivery, and what a wicket that was. A seam of a beauty for Nirav. Certainly things are going the way for Team Strikers. It's 16 overs completed, 102 for the loss of 9 wickets, Team Tigers. And what a piece of a bowling that was from Nirav. Certainly a dream for an off spinner, as we can see in the replay. That was a flatter trajectory ball pitched on the off stump line, and certainly the stumps were shattered off. The 9th wicket falls on the score of 102 after the completion of 16 overs. So yes, that's the last pair of the batsmen for Team Tigers. Once again there's an appeal for the leg before, but certainly the umpire saying it was going above the stumps. Vishal to start the 17th over for Team Strikers, but then what a display of a bowling by all the bowlers. 100% marks to the bowling of team strikers. Once again going for the drive there, getting an inside edge towards the fine leg region. A single to the offering, moving the score to 103, and the captain will be happy with their bowlers. And 100% mark to the captainship, certainly bringing the bowlers at the right time, and a bowling striking for the strikers. 61 needed of 22 balls. This is the last pair of the batsmen in the middle. Once again that's been pulled beautifully, but straight to the hands of Himang at the deep mid-wicket region. Only a single to the offering. It's 104 for the loss of 9 wickets. This is the 17th over being bowled by Vishal. Once again not giving away any room. Wanted to go for a drive but missing it completely. One more dot ball to the concedings for team strikers. So certainly they need to look at the mistakes which they made, and they need to learn from it. This time again, yes, that's one more wicket, and it's all over for Team Tigers. They have been bowled out on the score of 104, and what a piece of a fielding and bowling that has been from Team CNMS and SVKM'S strikers, winning the match easily. Yes, that's a tossed up delivery, going for a drive, and wicketkeeper Nitin making no mistake. A final nail in the coffin for Team CNMS strikers, winning the match by 60 runs, and certainly this would help them to improve their run rate. So a good match coming to an end for both the teams, and it's Sagar and Swapnil signing off the day. And here we have the match summary. CNMS and SVKM'S in the first innings, as is Nitin, Viraj and Amol contributing with the bat for team strikers. And in the second innings it was Nirav, certainly bowling beautiful deliveries, 15 runs, 3 wickets. Josh getting 2 wickets, giving away 19 runs, and Amol Sisodia 17 runs, 2 wickets, and Mittal Joshi 10 runs, 2 wickets to his name. And certainly it was a day for team strikers, winning away the game by 59 runs. Till then it's Sagar signing off the day. Back to you.